We begin this half hour with an exclusive interview you'll only see right here on ABC 15, just days after being disbarred. Andrew Thomas is here in our studio for a one-on-one interview to talk about exactly where he is with all of the scandal surrounding him this morning, and we appreciate you being with us. Thanks for being here this morning. I want to talk about, first of all, the Arizona Bar Association accusing you of a very serious crime, and that being perjury. Our federal sources now telling us you could be indicted. This morning, as you wake up, take us inside your life at this hour.
Well, the perjury charge is outrageous and makes absolutely no sense. And this is why in Arizona we have to be very serious about going after corruption, because what's happened here is prosecutors in good faith went after corrupt people in government, and they have been smeared, they have been tarnished. I testified for a day and a half, and it was completely clear from my testimony that we had done everything in good faith, and what's suffering now is the community, because we do not have the ability to effectively fight corruption. We have people who were indicted, who got away with things. People are now suing the government. It's a very serious situation, and we have to fight back.
Mr. Thomas, when you look at the charges against you, there is not a single person in any of these situations, in any level, who has looked at these cases and said, you have a valid cause to charge any of this.
That's absolutely not true. I mean, Don Stapley was indicted by 2 grand juries in Maricopa County. The Yavapai County Attorney's Office believed there was probable cause. Mary Rose Wilcox, the same situation. That's what's happened here. You have people who have been indicted, proper charges have been brought, and instead there are people who, they're powerful people with friends in the judiciary. There were members of the judiciary who were implicated, and so you have a judicial smear job designed to retaliate against us for bringing these charges. And
so are you saying this is a smear campaign against you?
It absolutely is. I testified for a day and a half, and look what happened. You have people who have friends in Washington in the Obama administration, people who don't like Sheriff Arpaio, and here I am, I guess I'm collateral damage. It is disgraceful.
I want to talk about friends for just a second. Have you heard the audio tape of you, the audio of you and rather the audio tape of Sheriff Joe Arpaio and Dave Hendershot, where Dave Hendershot says, you're an idiot, talking to you?
You know, I haven't heard that, and I'm not going to get into that. I mean, I don't know the context and when and how that was all said.
When you look at the chain of command, whose chain of command, who did Lisa Aubuchon report to?
Well, on a number of these cases, she was reporting to me. It depended on the scenario, but you got to understand, I testified for a day and a half. We did everything right, and what's happened here is absolutely wrong. It is sent this is like a John Grisham novel. This is sending a message to the community that prosecutors who try in good faith to bring powerful people to justice, who have friends in the courts, can go to the courts, smear the prosecutors, allege perjury when I didn't even know. They're alleging things that I wasn't even aware of. They can't even prove knowledge of the allegedly false statements.
Lisa Aubuchon was disbarred. She is under you, directly reports to you. Are you the reason she was disbarred? Were your actions, the things you told her to do, a part of this issue?
Absolutely not. She did not deserve what happened to her. She was a brave career prosecutor, was celebrated within the office, and she took on tough cases against people who have friends in Washington, friends in the courts, friends in the state bar.
You never misdirected her, is what you're saying?
Absolutely not.
Let's talk about Sheriff Joe Arpaio and your relationship with him. Did he ever influence you? Did he ever tell you to do anything that may be suspect or criminal?
Absolutely not. I mean, Sheriff Arpaio has done his job. I did mine. But you've got to understand what's happening here. This is a massive smear campaign by people who were indicted and their friends who got money. What did I get out of this? I didn't get any money out of this. I did my job.
Got power out of this.
I didn't get any power out of this.
Some would say that you got along with Sheriff Joe Arpaio, that together the two of you went places that probably were not meant to go.
Absolutely not.
Pulling strings that weren't meant to be pulled.
Absolutely not. We went, I did my job, and the community needs to understand that this sends a message to prosecutors that if you take on the powerful, you will be punished, you will be stripped of your law license. They'll even even go to Washington. You can now get the Justice Department, apparently, if these reports are true, to second-guess the work of local prosecutors if you've got friends in the Obama administration, and that is destroying our system of justice. People need to understand.
So are you
the
blaming
seriousness
President
of this.
Obama for what's happening to you?
No, I'm talking about, no. The point I'm making is if you've got friends in high places and you're indicted for crimes, you can get away with it. That's the lesson of what's happened to me.
You have obviously hired a criminal attorney.
Of course not. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't been contacted. They want to contact me. I'm going to point out the absolute smear and lies that this accusation is from this panel. What we have is judges protecting judges and their friends, and it is disgraceful.
I want to talk about judges for a second. Let's talk about Judge Donahoe's testimony. Did you see his testimony?
I did not. I read excerpts.
Weeping on the stand.
Yeah, well, I saw a lot of weeping, and you know what? Every person I ever prosecuted, every person I ever sent to prison would cry on the stand if given the opportunity, but they were not powerful politicians and judges and lawyers, and they were not given that opportunity, and that's what's wrong with our criminal justice system. You had an advertisement for the inequality in our justice system in what happened in that hearing, which
But
was
here's
a
a man
sham.
who's enormously respected, obviously.
Oh,
He's
enormously
weeping
respected.
on the stand.
He has been accused by respected prosecutors and attorneys of committing criminal violations. But we were not allowed to take that to a jury because the same judge in this ethics case stopped us from prosecuting him in the original criminal case. How fair is that?
So what you're saying is you never tried to get him recused from this trial, ever? You never tried to get him off the stand? Never tried to get him out of any role where he could be influencing anything that has to do with you. You didn't like the way that he was going to rule in your situation, did you?
He had ruled in such a way that the senior charging attorney in my office believed he had committed crimes, and another senior prosecutor believed he had committed crimes. She now says she was joking when she said that. Yeah, that's a nice way to not get thrown in the soup with us, I guess, given that he's got a lot of friends in high places too.
Have you talked to Sheriff Joe Arpaio since you've been disbarred, and what's the conversation?
I have not, but look, this is very serious for the people of Arizona. This is not about me. And people made fun of me for what I said about how people like Gandhi and Dr. King have gone to jail for their beliefs. You have to stand up for principles. I did the right thing, and I've been smeared and I've been punished, and anybody who watches my testimony and actually looks at the evidence and not that political hit job that came from this judicial ethics panel will see that. This is a gross injustice, and it is destroying our system of justice in Arizona.
What happens next for you?
Well, I want people to understand the seriousness of what's happening to the community, not about me.
So at this point this morning, you have done nothing wrong in your eyes?
Absolutely not. And I testified for a day and a half. Are those the actions of somebody? Would somebody who's done wrong do interviews like this the first thing in the morning? It's pretty early, Connie.
Well, we appreciate
no offense.
We appreciate you being here, and
Thank you.
I know there'll be more to come. We are happy that you spent your time here at ABC 15 Mornings this morning.
You bet.
All right, let's get over to Susan now with more news of the day.